Hello, welcome to Creative Intuition Tarot. My name is MJ and I am delighted to have you here. Before we start, there's just one thing that I want to bring to your attention, and that is, my intention here is not to predict your future. If we could do that, it would mean that our future is predetermined. Please remember that your future depends on you, your choices and decisions, your desires and dreams. Tarot is not about predicting the future. To me, it's about designing and manifesting the life that we crave. The only moment we truly have in life is right here and now. Tarot reading may be set in time. It may refer to a month, a day, a year, or a season, but its intention is to inspire and guide us in the present moment so that we can create the future that we dream of. With that said, let us begin and enjoy your reading. Hi Taurus, how are you doing? Welcome to your April 2022 reading. Let's get straight into it. Taurus, I will be doing the solar system spread for you today. So just like the sun is in the center of our solar system, you are in the center of our attention in today's reading, right? So the card that will be in the center of the spread will represent you. And then the cards surrounding will represent the energies revolving around you in the month of April, and those cards can represent your thoughts, feelings, emotions, situations, people. So listen with an open mind and don't be afraid to interpret the messages your own way, okay? It can be different to my interpretation. So let's get into it. You are showing up as the Seven of Wands. What else do we have for Taurus? The Two of Swords. There's some kind of a defensive energy. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Swords. And the Two of Coins. So you have Two of Swords and Two of Coins in your spread. And at the bottom of the deck you have the Nine of Swords. I said there's some kind of defensive energy. You may be protecting yourself, but there's also an element of fear with the Nine of Swords. There's some kind of anxiety or overthinking that especially may be coming your way at night time. You may be losing sleep because of something, or just, when you're alone, maybe in the evening, maybe after work, maybe when you come back from your work, you're maybe no longer surrounded by many people. That's when, or it just may symbolize that it's internal, that you don't share it with others. That's what the night time can represent as well. There's some kind of fear and anxiety. There's a lot happening in your mind space, because not only we have 9 swords, but we have those thunders as well. Okay, so your mind space is intensively working, and it's not specific to April, Taurus, right? It's something that, and it's not only about you. It happens to all signs, but it's very intense. It's like a storm in your mind space, right? You were very intensively thinking about it, but there's an element of fear or some kind of an anxiety. The Seven of Wands tells me that you are in that protective, defensive mode, and perhaps what is happening, that may be specific just for someone, but you may be trying to protect yourself from this. You may be trying to stand against that mental space that is not necessarily your friend. Okay, you may be trying to protect yourself. You can see this horse is surrounded by foxes, and foxes represent trickstery, deception, lies. And perhaps you are coming to a realization, Taurus, that your mind space, that your mind, I should say, is a trickster. That the thoughts that it's creating, the fears that it's creating, the anxiety that it brings is a trickster. It's a lie. And I think you may be standing up to protect yourself, finally. Like, you have had enough of this. You have had enough of the trickstery. and you're standing up to fight against it. And I love this for you, because it's empowered. And even though you still may be in the place of fear, am I going to make it? There's more foxes and I'm just one. You are still standing up to protect yourself, to protect your space, your safety, like you really have had enough. Okay? And I hope that you will come to a realization, and you see this from the card, that this horse is a lot bigger than those foxes. And even though there's more foxes than, like there's a couple of foxes and just one horse, it comes to that realization that it can easily beat those foxes if it wants to, right? That's why I feel it's very very empowering. And I'm looking at those two cards together, the Two of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Two of Swords is a card, typically I see this as the card of avoidance. Like, I don't want to see, I don't want to hear, I'm trying to avoid, I'm blocking something. But those swords in this particular deck are not crossed. They're open. And I think you're finally opening up that blockage that you had. Like, yes, I will stand up to fight against it. I will protect myself. I no longer want to avoid it. I no longer want to pretend that it's not there. But I'm actually opening up to finally face it. And with the Queen of Swords, that's where the empowerment comes again into play. The moment you open up, you gather that courage to stand against it, you move yourself, you evolve to that energy of the Queen of Swords. And she's not taking any bullshit. She's not taking deception. She's not taking lies. Everything that is represented by the trickster fox, everything that your mind is creating, those fears, those illusions, she's not taking it. She knows the truth. Her mind is enlightened. She sees clearly. And whatever is not serving her, she's just cutting it off. Whether it's people, places, thoughts, emotions, whatever that is, she's just cutting it off. In a very firm and decisive way, but at the same time gentle, because it's the feminine energy, regardless of gender. But it's feminine, so it's caring. It's still motivated by love. But she's very firm and very decisive. And it just takes one cut for her to cut off whatever is not serving her. And that's where you are getting. The moment that you stand up to protect yourself from this, the moment you realize that your mind space is the trickster. You know, our ego, human mind, likes to control things, right? When we don't know the answer to a specific question, we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We're not able to control stuff that will happen in, I know, half a year from now. We become anxious. We're afraid, right? But that's because the mind likes to control things. But remember that you are not your thoughts. Mind is a tool that we use. And we should only use it when we need it. When you really need to think about something, make plans, strategize, maybe use it for work, then we take that tool. But when we no longer need it, we should put the tool back into its place, into a shelf, wherever you keep your tools, right? And just take it out again when you really need it. And that's, I think, is the realization that you have a chance to come to in April, that your mind is your tool. You control it, not the other way around, okay? Those two cards also make perfect sense together. Two of Coins and the Knight of Cups. Because you are making that balanced choice with the Two of Coins, to stand up for yourself, to protect yourself, to create the reality that you desire, and not allow your mind to create your life for you, right? A life of fear and anxiety. So you are weighing your options very carefully, and you are choosing, where do I want to see myself? How do I want to live? Is this how I want to live? Is this how I want to be, like, surrounded by tricksters? No. So you're weighing those options, but in balance between your mind and heart. So you're not making choices based on temporary emotions or based on stressful thoughts, but you're actually putting yourself into a place of balance between those two energies and making that decision from that balanced place, okay? And with the scales, that immediately made me think of justice, and also what it tells me is that you are making the right choice, that you are doing the right thing, the just thing. You are giving justice to yourself. But what you need to do to support this process is the Knight of Cups. You need to offer yourself love. This will only happen and you will be able to stand up for yourself, protect yourself, when you do this from the place of self-love, when you realize that you love yourself so much that you don't want to get yourself hurt, you don't want to allow to be hurt anymore, because you deserve better, because you deserve love, you deserve happiness. And I don't see any other people here in this spread, so it's really like it's your own journey, Taurus. It's something that you need to stand up for yourself. No one is going to do that for you. You may have people that support you. You may have people that guide you, that are always there to, to share their advice or insight. But this journey is yours. And you know that. That you need to, that if you don't do this yourself, no one will. And it will not happen by itself. You need to be the one to initiate it. I said from the place of balance, and number 2 is also a place of a number of balance and harmony. You may want to check out the meaning of number 2 in numerology if you're drawn to, because there may be an additional message for you. Epiphanies arise when you take your focus off what you are looking for. So realizations come to you when you stop thinking about what is it that you're looking for. Okay? Balloons. You have 2 cards with balloons, Taurus. A meditative path has no beginning and no end. The purpose of a spiritual journey is rarely to find an answer. Rather, it's about continually asking questions. Spiritual journey. I just said this journey is yours, and clearly you are embarking on a spiritual journey, Taurus. It's a journey of asking questions. I really like this. Take those messages as they resonate, but I really think with the balloons, you are evolving, you are growing, your perspective is changing because it's getting higher, so you see more and you see a lot more clear, okay? That's the first thing. And also with that cosmic space in this balloon, I think you are starting to explore places, spiritual, mental, emotional places that you have never been to before. So you are embarking on a journey, but you need to initiate it, Taurus. I hope that you will really make the best out of April, because you have a huge potential. You are strong enough to go through this, so remember this. In times of any doubt, remember that you have all the tools, skills, resources that you need to stand up for yourself. I'm just looking at the cards, thinking if there's anything else that I want to tell you, but I really think you are evolving, that there's some kind of leveling up, an upliftment of your mind, of your soul in the month of April, and I think April is just the beginning of that journey. It will definitely not happen within 1 month, but it's a beautiful start to a beautiful new journey and a beautiful adventure for you. So enjoy. I hope April is a beautiful month for you. Please take care of yourself, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye.